My son said the neighbor's cat told him she's dead. Mommy, why do things die? I turned to my son from the stove. He sat at the worn-out cream wooden table, his feet dangling towards the tile. Too small to touch the floor. Where did that question come from, honey? I asked, laughing and turning back to the cooking bacon quietly. Pop, sizzle, pop. Mr. Nate's cat, he replied. Pop, sizzle. Well, I guess sometimes when someone or something is very old or sick or has been hurt in a way that can't be fixed, they die. That means their body stops working. Death is a natural part of life. I paused. Did something happen with Mr. Nate's cat, Seb? Pop. She told me she's dead. He was good, my boy, Sebastian. He used to sleep all through the night. Him, a baby blue blanket my late mom crocheted when she found out I was having a boy, and the baby monitor right next to his crib. I felt like I was blessed to have such a quiet baby. He never fussed or made a mess. Even when he began to speak, he always said, "Yes, ma'am," or "Yes, sir." People would stop and say, "You must be a wonderful mother, teaching your boy such manners at this young age." They smile, I'd smile. Sebastian would smile. He was such a good student, too. Always came home with a project or another. I didn't have to ask him to get good grades. He just knew. I think he knew that it was just me and him. His dad split when he was 1. Now, at 7, he had the biggest mind of all the third graders in his class. His teacher called me one day to tell me he'd be the next Einstein. I was so proud. So proud to think that maybe I, a single mom, could have parented the next Einstein. When I think about him now, in this moment, I guess I never should have been a mom. Everything started going downhill when he brought up that cat. Mr. Nate's cat is really scared, Mom. She said it's dark in there. She wants to meet you. I just brushed it off. Laugh. It hadn't even been a few days since he brought this cat up. What was I supposed to do? I tried telling him she couldn't talk. She can't do that. Cats can't speak, right? I thought that I should put an end to it. But how? I finally decided that when Seb was at school, I would go to Nate's house and see what all the fuss was about. Walking up to the door, I didn't think anything was wrong, but the redwood and golden knob taunted me in the faded fall sun. Nate was an older man, late 60s. He'd always been there for me and Seb after Seb's dad left. He called me his surrogate daughter in a way. His had died when she was 20. Leela, car accident. Nate didn't like to talk about it. It definitely ate him up inside. I just didn't think it was my place to ask. Knock, knock, no answer. Knock, knock, no answer. The door creaked open. That was unlike him. Nate never kept his door unlocked because of his time in the army. He didn't like the thought of someone, anyone, random, barging into his house unwanted. He knew me, though, so I walked in. It was dark, unusually dark. Nate liked to keep a light or two on if he wasn't home, but there were none. So I assumed he was home, at least somewhere home. Nate, I called, looking around the house. Sofa, side table, lamp in the corner, a recliner chair in the other corner facing towards the TV. Dark books piled up on the coffee table in an erratic fashion. His house smelled sour. I walked into the kitchen, disgusted. On the island was a carcass, a rabbit, cut up in weird ways. Clumps of fur scattered on the counters. Strange symbols on the cupboards and fridge, its legs bent back. It was still breathing. I covered my mouth with my hands and ran towards the back of the house, nearing the bedroom. Nate, there, lying in bed. Symbols drawn all over the walls, carved into the wooden bed frame. He lay with his hands folded like he was in a coffin. A photo of his daughter, Leela, sat on the dresser beside his bed. A red circle drawn around the frame, a lock of hair right in front. Candles burning to emit a smoking plume that caked the room, and around, meow. That cat came out from underneath his bed. I left, I ran. I went straight home, into the bathroom, and locked the door. This was the time that Sebastian would be coming home from school. The bus should be dropping him off in front of the house right about now. I should have dinner cooked. I should be doing laundry. I should be setting the table. But I couldn't do that. He was dead. Nate was dead, and that cat was just there. She wasn't dead. But he was. What the fuck was going on? Mom, I found Layla outside. She said she wants to meet you. She said you saw her. How'd you see her? She knows where you are. That last sentence. Quiet, soft, calculated. What happened to my good boy? I didn't answer. How could I? Footsteps approach the door. I can hear him and the scratching at the door. It's been an hour. his little hands aching for his mother, or were they her paws? Faint meows and begs heard from outside. Mom, meow, Mom, please let me in. Meow, please, Mom. My face is tear-streaked and mascara runs down my cheeks. My phone in my hands, shaking. I'm writing this from the bathroom. The door is locked. I can't call anyone. There's no one to call. Just me and Seb, and that cat.